So many people are asking me what exactly went wrong with the Australian campaign this World Cup. Well, you don't need to be a genius to understand exactly what went wrong with the Australian campaign. They tried to do too many things, and right now, what Australia is, they feel that they are invincible. They can do anything, and yet they'll win the World Cup. Now, if they make serious tactical errors, you cannot go ahead and win the game of cricket. Okay, you need to respect the game of cricket, and then only you can win it. So the first thing which the Australians did wrong was number one, take Mitchell Marsh as the captain. I don't know why they took Mitch Marsh as the captain because he's a very happy-go-lucky, casual, fun-loving cricketer. That's what my initial impression of Mitch Marsh is. He's a very gifted, talented batsman, but at the same time, I don't consider him leadership material. And whatever interviews I've watched of him, the way he plays, he's very casual. He's more of a kind of a Maxwell kind of a guy who will come to the team. He will single-handedly make you win matches. He's a big power hitter. But if you're asking me about his cricketing acumen, I wouldn't go ahead and say that okay, Mitch Marsh is the one I should look up to. And more so when you've got a settled captain who is just brilliant, and that is Pat Cummins. So I really didn't get the logic of not letting Pat Cummins be the captain. They just wanted to go ahead and experiment. I don't know what you were trying to experiment with because it cost you the World Cup. It was not experiments with the truth, it was more like experiments with the foot. That's what you did. I'm talking to the Australian Cricket Board about it, and uh, I understand that you guys have become very arrogant, and you feel that the World Cup we will only win it. We can send any team. We can send any team, and we will win it. We'll probably send Hugh Jackman next time. We'll send Wolverine next time, and he's also going to play, and Australia will still win. Now, I'll tell you something. You really do have a good team, and with the right set of players, you guys are invincible. You're really unbeatable. But if you try to experiment too much, this is exactly what's going to happen. So making Mitch Marsh the captain was a very, very costly error by the Australian Cricket Board, and I have no idea why they did it. When you've got a settled captain like Pat Cummins, and Pat Cummins, in my book, is one of the best captains I have ever seen, even though he might be in the opponent. But one of the best captains. The way he took SRH to the finals in IPL, the way he won the final of the World Cup against India. I don't have any words to praise this guy, Pat Cummins. He's a fast bowler, he's a captain, he can even play some crucial knocks at the deep. To not make him the captain was a very, very stupid decision of the Australian Cricket Board, and to make Mitch Marsh the captain was an even stupider decision. Right now, in that team, there is nobody else who can be the captain, and except for Pat Cummins. There's no one. There's no one. Second thing which they did wrong was not take Fraser McGurk, because Fraser McGurk is like right now he's at the in the form of his life. In IPL, he sees the ball like a football now. He's got such a sharp eye, and T20 is a young man's game. You don't take him, you take Warner as the person who's going to open the innings. It's bound to backfire. Uh, I have no, I can probably understand that you all wanted it to be Warner's swan song. But at the same time, you need to understand that these things will not work because all the teams playing against Australia, they are thinking about the minutest thing in order to make their team a little more sharp, hungrier, and faster and leaner. Now, if you're going to go ahead and take Warner instead of Fraser McGurk, and if you took Fraser McGurk, I'll tell you something. the cup would have been yours. Because the blitzkrieg used launches in the first in the power play would have been enough to see Australia through. And he doesn't play cricket. Fraser McGurk doesn't play cricket. He plays baseball. And all he thinks about are home runs. And you know what home runs are in baseball. So in home run, if you're hitting a home run, it's in cricket, it's you'll be just hitting sixes. So not taking Fraser McGurk and taking Warner in place of Fraser McGurk was like I don't know why you did it, but anyways, probably the decision was that okay, it would be Warner's last hurrah, and we should try and get him the cup. But you know this World Cup is not join over in Moa. Okay, like you will just take it like Australians are. Like you can just walk up and you can just take it. We've got other teams too, so this doesn't happen. I think you should have taken Fraser McGurk. You could have played Warner in some of the matches, and some of the key critical matches you could have played Fraser McGurk. But whom am I to tell? Even India is making the same mistake with Jaiswal. Jaiswal is such a brilliant youngster, and not he has not even played one match till now. He is still persisting with the foolhardy plan of Rohit Sharma opening with Virat Kohli, and invariably one of them is failing, and that is not what we want. Thankfully, Rohit played such an incredible knock in the last match, and we are through. So that is again one more thing which the Australian team went ahead and made a massive mistake by not taking Fraser McGurk and taking Warner, because the most important part of a cricket team in T20 is an opener. And if you have a sharp, hungry opener at the top, very young, your day is made. And I don't think you will get Fraser McGurk like this ever. He's at his very best, the way he plays. It was very unfortunate that you did, but okay, fine. I'll know you'll be there next year, and I'll make a prediction right now. If Fraser McGurk is in Australian team next year, and if he could somehow keep his form, Australia is winning the cup, because there's no way a team can lose with this guy in the team. I'm just saying he's like a machine. He just hits the ball like a machine. I've not seen this kind of power hitting in my whole life. Third thing which they made a massive mistake was not using Cameron Green, because Cameron Green right now has actually matured into a very good all-rounder, and keeping him in the reserves and not using him in all these crucial matches was sinful. You went ahead and played Adam Zampa. Now, he's a good bowler. Adam Zampa is a good bowler, good spinner. But you need to understand, if you play Adam Zampa against Afghanistan and India, that is, you are just being idiotic. Because the Afghanistan team can play spin very well. Just think about it. They practice in the nets against Rashid Khan and Noor Ahmed, who are the best leg spinners in the world. And you bring in Adam Zampa for a match against Afghanistan. Are you mad? Are you crazy? Then you do it against India. In India, they are practicing in the nets against Akshar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Chahal. You need to understand, or you need to go ahead and think about these points. If you don't, then if the technical staff doesn't think about these points or these small things, you're bound to lose. You lost by 18 or 19 runs. That you might say it's very close, but the margin could have been easily realized by just putting in one key player, and not taking Cameron Green for crucial matches was so stupid, because he's played IPL, he knows the Indian players, he had a decent outing in the IPL, and not taking him, keeping him in the bench. He's an all-rounder, god damn it, and you're not using him, and he's young. It is again, it was criminal. So the Australian team, I feel, lost because of these reasons. Purely tactical. I'm quite happy that you guys lost because you just can't keep on winning like this, okay? Because it makes cricket look very boring. So, little bit of spice, little bit of interest. Afghanistan defeated you. Now, my only my only advice to the Australians is, mate, you need to respect the game. You can't go ahead and just feel that okay, fine, cricket is something which we'll just walk up, saunter up, and we'll just grab the cup and we'll go home. It can't happen. You need to go ahead and think, you need to go ahead and improvise, and then only you can defeat the bigger teams. With smaller teams, you won't have a problem. With minnows or smaller teams in round robin league, you won't have a problem. But with the big teams, with India, with England, with all these teams, you will have to think about innovations. You have to go ahead and think about how to improvise. Otherwise, you will see what happened, which will give us a lot of joy, but at the same time, uh, it just goes to show that don't be overconfident. You just can't win matches with any team which just walks in. So, bye bye, mate. Bye bye. Uh, you guys went through a wolf creek, I would say, the Aussies. And, anyways, I think in the semi-final stage, the Aussies, if they are there, it makes things little interesting. But uh, then again, I feel you all, the Australian team, actually made some very critical errors because of which they lost tactically. So try and get that thing fixed, and everything will be fine.